We're here. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the debut edition of Pantry Raid Comedy here on Comedy Hub. My name is Amma Marfo. I'm a Boston-based comedian, and I'm so excited to bring this show to a new space where we have more support, more opportunities for people to see us, and man, I'm just over the moon to be here. Thank you all so much for being here. It is great to be doing comedy. I am especially excited for a couple reasons. One, because for every person that we have viewing on the stream, we're going to donate $1 to the National Network of Abortion Funds. And I'm very excited to put on laughs for a good cause, for an organization that so badly needs our help to give essential services all over the country. And frankly, I'm excited to be telling jokes now because I am on day 6 of comedians with COVID getting coffee. So I'm going to mute and cough so much because I am coming back from this. Man, you don't want it. Mask everywhere. It is awful. And like, honestly, I am a homebody. I love being at home. This is where I love being. I started a comedy show that I could do from my house specifically so I didn't have to go out to tell jokes. And this week is the week that I've just been climbing the walls trying to get out. Like, I just want to wander into CVS for 20 minutes and then end up with 2 packs of Sour Patch Kids, even though I told myself I wasn't going to buy anything. And I can't do that for another 4 days. Frankly, for me, the worst part of it is I got my positive test. I tested full clear negative on a Sunday and tested full positive angry red line on a Monday, but not just any Monday, free Slurpee Day Monday. It's a day that comes but once a year. And because I have stopped cultural drinking, both because my body can't handle it and because we know better as a society, I don't look forward to St. Patrick's Day. I don't look forward to Cinco de Mayo for drinking. I go for free Slurpee Day and I go buck wild, and I was not allowed to go out. It ruined my week. A friend of mine texted me from home that I've known since high school that knows how much I love about this. And I hadn't talked to him in months. And he texted me on free Slurpee Day. Like, that's how known I am for this. In fact, the record in 2006, the summer of 2006, I hit the high number. Like, you know, sometimes you're like, I can only eat this much of a thing because you've hit your limit and you know how many too many is. That's when I found out what my too many was. And feel free to take your guesses in the chat. Comedians, you too. How many do you think I learned is too many? How many Slurpees is too many Slurpees? Bearing in mind that they're free. I'll give you a moment. We'll play Price is Right rules. Closest without going over. Donna says 10, Kristina says 17, Lynette says 7. So our lineup has weighed in. The answer is 13. 13 is too many. And I'll tell you exactly how I learned it was too many. So I am famously not a morning person, not a bit. Like, very badly need to be asleep as often as possible. And that particular summer, I was working in early morning radio. So I had to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning to get to work at 4:45. And despite not being a morning person, I managed to get there on time every single day, except for July 12th, 2006. I woke up at 7 a.m. to my brick Nokia with like a bajillion texts on it because my co-host thought I had died. And I managed to make it to work at like 7:30. The show finished at like 9:30. I got there halfway through, was like disheveled, miserable. That's how I learned you can get a hangover from sugar the same way you can get one from alcohol, but it takes a lot. How much? 13 Slurpees worth. Yeah, so in your younger days, you could make a habit of going to just driving around town and you have nothing to do, stopping at every 7-Eleven you find. I I can't. I'm too old for it. So for heaven's sake, don't do that. But do celebrate Free Slurpee Day the next time it comes upon you. So what else did I want to share with you? Oh, I didn't want to have jokes about the overturning of Roe v. Wade. I really didn't. I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to try to find humor in it. But frankly, a thought hit me while I was in the shower, and I could not get rid of it. And I was shaving my legs, as women do. And it occurred to me that there's a class of people I don't want to take advice or counsel from. And it is people who need ever escalating numbers of razors to shave their face because their skin hurts, but can just tell me willy-nilly, yeah, no, expel a person and go about your day. Absolutely not. Like, how many blades do most men tend to shave with? I've talked to a few. Some have shared it with me. The average is like 3 or 4, but they're making blades with like 5 or 6. I use one. Just a safety razor, a metal one blade, like a 1930s strongman who is going to go pull a bus with his teeth and then go down to the beach without changing his outfit. One blade to shave all of my legs. Granted, I'm a short person, but it is more area than my face. So it just feels unfair for people who are like, I need 5 blades to shave my face and my skin hurts, to be like, yeah, no, make a person, expel that person. There's no problem with that. We're going to make you do it. It just doesn't feel particularly fair to me. So if it is our bound duty to disobey unjust laws, don't listen to people who need 3 blades to shave their face. If they're working with a safety razor, then we can talk. But if you need like 5 or 6, no, I will not obey your laws. I don't have to. That's what I've decided. But that is more than enough for me. We have insanely funny comedians to get to. So I am going to kick us off. So our first comedian, Kristina Feliciano. I happened to see her at an open mic that I host here in Boston and just laughed so hard. I was like, it is unbelievable that I've never seen her before. She was incredible. She's a community manager at Gold Comedy, the only learning platform for women and non-binary women who want to be their funniest selves. So, Kristina, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
It is always a pleasure to see you.
And likewise, I'm honored. That was such a nice introduction.
Happy to do it. All right, I'm going to pull myself out of the feed, let you tell some jokes, and then we'll come back and talk snacks, as is our way on this show.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. I was like so excited when Amma asked me to do this virtual show because first of all, I love stand-up and I love snacks, but I am obsessed with sitting down. Oh my gosh, I am just so good at it. Look at me go. I mean, this is the bee's knees. I love it so much. I also love virtual shows because I'm the type of girl whose favorite pastime is looking at herself in the mirror. So this feels very this is good for me. This feels very comfortable for me. You know, because like even if I'm bombing, at least I know I look bomb too, you know? Like I don't know if you're laughing, but I'm having a good time just looking at myself. So this is perfect for me. I am a Leo. Thank you for wondering why you're so drawn to my aura. If you're not into zodiac signs, all that means is that I am the personification of Yas Queen. You know, fun, encouraging, but also a little bit annoying. But the other day, my boyfriend, he called me conceited. Yeah, he just said it too, right to my pretty little face. I thought, oh, what? Me? I was shocked, you know? I thought, me? Conceited? Me? Me. What else do you love about me? Yeah. Prop comedy. We're doing it. Yeah, my birthday is next Saturday, guys. Crazy. I know. Thank you. I am turning 25 next week. I know you guys are like, bitch, I thought you were 14. I'm turning 25 next week. And it feels so weird. It's just like, it's crazy to me because 17-year-old is my moon sign. You know? I don't know if you guys are into zodiacs, but that's what I feel like on the inside. 17. Yeah. I don't know. My birthday is July 23rd. It is technically the last day of Cancer and the first day of Leo season. So I'm what you would consider on the cusp, which is just another way of saying irritating. Very much so. I'm a 97 baby. I'm probably the youngest one here. I'm a 97 baby, and 97 babies are like, we're a different breed, you know, because it's like we're in the middle. We're in the middle, right? On the cusp, if you will. It's like we have the spirit of a Gen Zer and the debt of a millennial. So it's been fun, right? Like, sure, we're broke and depressed, but at least we make good content. And that's good for the world, you know? I'm a little bit of a shallow person. I hate to admit it, but I am. I once fell for someone just because they had a nice car. Yeah, I know. Don't judge me, okay? But I was horny for Stuart Little. Oof, it was a weird time. Very weird. Yeah. He's a mouse. Whatever. Sweet ride, right? I mean, damn. I don't know. And I don't know about you guys, but like I don't have one of those admirable love languages. Do you know what I mean? Like I took those stupid quizzes and every single time it came back the same. It was like your love language is material and not material. Like that's me. I just like to get gifts. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing admirable about that. Some women, they just like words of affirmation, you know? They just want to hear you're beautiful. I just want to hear you're going to Hawaii. Woo! That keeps my spark alive. Fly me out, boo. Fly me out. Like, I don't care about things like acts of service. So I'm supposed to be turned on because you read to the blind? Please. That sounds like your kink. I think it's obvious I don't know many things. But I do have a degree, believe it or not. I'm actually the first person in my family to graduate from college. Thank you. I'm imagining the applause. Yeah, my family, they're super proud of my BFA in arts and crafts. I mean, it's been really great. Yeah, you know, it's hard, you know, post-grad life is like really, really hard. A part of me, you know, I'm the first person to go to college, so I feel, you know, grateful that I have all these opportunities. I'm like, wow, like I'm so blessed. And then another part of me is like, why I gotta do it? Like, why couldn't I be a nepotism baby? You know, like you guys fucked up, not me. So I feel a little bit sad about that. But yeah, post-grad life is super hard, guys. Like, I mean, this is the time, right? Where I need to be more pragmatic or at least know what that word means. You know, it's time. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I'm actually trilingual. That's right. Not bilingual, but I try. My dad calls me a New Yorican because I'm Puerto Rican. I'm from New York. And I learned all my Spanish from Shakira's Hips Don't Lie. Ooh, you guys know that one, right? Being a Latina that doesn't speak Spanish is like being gluten-free bread, you know? Like, of course you matter, but where's the flavor? It's just sad, you know? I loved growing up in New York. I mean, it was great for me. With every walk home, you get a free cat. Dun, 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 dun. There's cats everywhere, guys. And like the rent's really high, so it's a pretty good deal, you know? And of course, New York was definitely sketchy at times. But I mean, where would I be if it didn't make me the smart, strong, and fearful woman I am today, right? Probably a body bag. I grew up in a neighborhood called Cypress Hills, East New York. aka the only part of Brooklyn they're too scared of to gentrify. We did it, Joe. Yeah. Not a Buffalo Exchange in sight, you know. Sometimes I get like almost scared to tell people that I'm from New York, you know, because I live in Massachusetts now, and like people just assume that because you're from New York, you lived this like amazing life, you know, like it's like, oh my God, you're from New York. That's so cool. Like you don't even have to tell them that your pets were cockroaches and the doormen were just your local crackhead, right? Like it's like you don't have to tell them that. They're just like, oh my God, amazing. I sublet in Williamsburg one time. I get your experiences. I totally understand. And I'm like, sis, I'm Brooklyn bred, not Brooklyn based. Okay, honey. Okay. Anyways, and of course, yes, New York was sketchy at times. But I mean, honestly, it made me strong. You know, my mother always instilled in me that being a woman in this world is risky, guys. Oh, super risky. 10 out of 10 would not recommend. You know, like if I take an Uber anywhere, I am just the easiest passenger to please. Made it to my destination unmurdered. Ooh, 5 stars. Heck, I'd give you 6 if I could. I won't even ask about the weird smell, you know. And I don't know about you ladies, but I don't love walking past a group of guys because my 2 pet peeves are pickup lines and you guessed it, sex trafficking. Oh, the worst. So every time I see that I'm about to approach a group of men, I always think to myself, should I cross the street? And I wonder what they think when they see little old me. Should we ruin her day? And then they do every single time. Thank you guys so much. I'm Kristina. That's my time. Thank you so much for having me.
Kristina Feliciano, everybody. Fantastic as always. And you got it pretty. So way to go. Look at you.
Oh my God, thank you. I'm vain. Thank you. I love that.
I knew your vanity would appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right, so the time has come. Let's talk snacks. What food take do you want to share with the people? You've got a microphone, so to speak. You've got an audience. Lay it on us.
Alrighty, guys. As you know, I'm a New Yorican, so I have to talk about this because I am a pro. I believe there is such thing as bad pizza, guys. Okay, there is. This is not a huge hot take, but this is my take. If you don't, I feel like real New Yorkers, like in the real pizza shops in New York, if you don't season your pizza, you're not doing it right. You're not doing it right. And now I taught all my friends this. It's not a huge hot take, but if some of you don't know this, you have to do it. In a lot of the shops, they usually have like, you know, the garlic, you put the garlic powder. So I love, this is what I love to put on my pizzas, all my pizzas. I'm also like a plain pizza kind of gal. I don't really like chicken on my pizza, none of that stuff. I think pizza should just be, you know, but I also do like me some pineapple on pizza. Not a hot take. It's just good. But I will say
that is pretty hot.
Is it though? I don't know. I'm like, I feel like if that's a hot take in 2022, y'all need to stop eating chicken nuggets.
I'll say this: it's hotly debated. I don't know that I would say it's a hot take, but it's hotly debated.
Yeah, and I don't understand why. It's like for me, I think this is a hot take. I think the best Hawaiian pizza is Domino's. That's a hot take.
Okay.
I'll tell you that. You got to get the Domino's. You got to get the Hawaiian pizza because the ham is so nice and thin and the pineapples are so juicy. It is just like, it is savory, it's salty, it's everything. But here's my secret seasoning to pizza.
Go.
You can get pepperoni pizza fine. You got to put garlic powder. Garlic powder. Put a little bit of Parmesan cheese if you have it, optional. Mm-hmm. Red pepper flakes, of course. And this is the kicker. Honey.
Okay.
Ooh, honey. Just a little drizzle of honey. Oh my God, guys. If you like a little bit of sweet and you like a little bit of like spicy and salty, it's got everything. It's got everything. That is my secret to pizza.
Okay. So hearing you say this, I know I'm going to like your answer to this question. So for the month, we have a question that we crowdsource online and then we ask our comedians. And this month's question: favorite offbeat or innovative ice cream topic? Some of you may be asking, did you know that it was National Ice Cream Day today? I didn't. Every day is National Ice Cream Day for me, but we happened to hit upon something special. So, Kristina, favorite offbeat or innovative ice cream topping?
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm like a boring ice cream girl. I love a good chocolate ice cream. I am that girl. I love chocolate anything. I will say, okay, I'm talking brands here.
Sure.
Dunkin' Donuts, Baskin Robbins, Jamocha Almond Fudge is the best ice cream I've ever had, in my opinion. It is coffee ice cream. So it's got that like nice, delicious coffee flavor. And then it's got almonds, but they're covered with chocolate, and it's got fudge. So it's like, I don't know if that's if that's innovative. They made it. It's not, but it's so good. If you haven't had it, it is delicious. I'm more of a Haagen-Dazs queen than
you're selling it well. You're selling it well. And I'm going to share some of the answers that are popping in as you go. Tasty Snacks says gummy bears. I love it. Happy Mischief, toffee chips. I like that.
I could get behind that.
I like that a whole bunch. All right, keep weighing in. Those of you that are watching, we want to hear from you. This question's going to come up again. Kristina, thank you so much for being here. Always so lovely to see you.
I had so much fun.
All right, so as a reminder, before we move forward, $1 for every person watching goes to National Network of Abortion Funds. You can donate yourself at abortionfunds.org if you'd like. And also, if you want to support the show, support the comedians, you can Venmo Comedy Hub, and that money will get distributed to them. So if you like what you're seeing, we are poor as a people. So please feel free to support us. Give us ice cream money. I'm going to spend mine on ice cream. I'll tell you that right now. That's just who I am. So we would love it. So if you love what you're seeing, feel free to toss a few bucks our way. It's ice cream season, people. We would love it. All right. So our next comedian, we met through an online show that we managed to make lemonade out of some lemons because the host, so the person who was hosting the stream and then the person who was hosting the show both just dropped off the feed. So, and to your next question, yes, they were both men. Yes, the women did stay and do work. And yes, we were fantastic.
We were amazing.
Yeah, so we did our sets for each other, just us. And I was like, Lynette, we have to do another show together. So Lynette Manning, we're here. We're doing it. I'm so happy you're here.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. This is awesome.
So I'm going to get out of your way, let you tell some jokes, and then we'll come back and talk snacks.
All right. Thanks, Emma. Oh, my God. I am thrilled to be here. I'd like to apologize. I'm dragging a little bit. Okay, I'm tired. I have a 2-year-old at home. So, you know, I'm tired all the time. I look tired all the time. I went to go get coffee the other day. The barista told me she liked my eyeshadow, and I don't wear eyeshadow. So, you know, I didn't know what to do. I just reacted. I'm like, thanks. It's called Shades by Exhaustion. You know, maybe it's Maybelline, or maybe my kid won't fucking go to sleep. Okay. I am not trying to be a cover girl. I'm just trying to recover, girl. You know, I'm just trying to bounce back. That's what I'm trying to do. No, I had my baby during the pandemic, and you know, between lockdown and pregnancy brain, I was thinking about all kinds of crazy stuff, and I started to think about how our babies do not hold a candle against other babies in the animal kingdom. Okay, like, have you guys ever seen what happens or what a newborn kangaroo goes through? This is random. I'm gonna educate you if you haven't. A newborn kangaroo, when it's born, it's the size of a lima bean, and it is blind and it is deaf. And somehow on its own, it knows to crawl up its mom's belly after being born, go into her pouch, and then latch on to a nipple it has never seen or heard about before because it is new, it is deaf, and it is blind. Okay, think about our babies. If our babies were born unassisted, they would just fall to the ground and stay there until they could walk a year later. Not as cool. Not as cool. Natural defense mechanisms, we lost that battle too. Okay. When a porcupine is attacked by a fox, it releases barbed quills. Okay. When a rattlesnake is attacked by a mongoose, it bites it and releases venom. When humans are attacked by pollen, we release mucus and can't breathe. That's not as cool, man. Not as cool. I'll tell you, I don't really like to talk about COVID because we all went through it, right? But I do like to talk about the good things that came out of COVID and out of the pandemic. And hands down, the best thing that came out of the pandemic is the fact that people gain weight and nobody gives a shit, right? Like, it is now socially acceptable to be overweight. I could have used this pandemic in high school. Seriously, the world, like, if you're entering the world bigger now, it is a lot more inclusive. You know, it was a lot colder world to us bigger people before 2020. Okay, I've been a big person all my life. In high school, I had a lot of relationships. You know, the guys just never knew it. And I remember there was this one guy I liked a lot. I walked up to him one day and he said he knew I was coming because he felt the ground shake. And all I could think about was that scene in Jurassic Park with that glass of water that was like jiggling because T-Rex was on its way over. Yeah, it hurt me. Okay, I broke up with that guy in my head right then and there. Okay, it was a huge scene that nobody saw. Right? But here we are post-pandemic. This body's a hot commodity now. Okay, there's a lot of men out there, fine men, looking to find themselves a thick woman. And I had to marry someone who liked me for my personality, those late motherfuckers. Okay, my husband hates that joke. He hates that joke, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm gonna say it anyway. Old Navy during the pandemic, they made some waves. Okay, they ended size segregation. Anyone see this? Old Navy, for the first time ever in my life, they took the women's plus size section, merged it with the women's regular size section, and now women who are a size 0, which honestly is a size I never understood, because to me that means you do not exist, okay? But women who are size 0 to women who are size 5X can now shop off the same rack in the store. Cool. My only issue with that is they did not widen the aisles, okay? If you're going to put me with the general population, you need to understand that I require more space. Okay. All right. Oh, maybe they even took it a step further. They now have jeans that are multiple sizes. I'm talking about one pair of jeans, 4 different sizes. They have a pair of jeans that's size 14 to 18. And all I got to say about that is I'm a size 14, y'all. What? Oh, yeah. Crazy, man. Crazy. Now, I did notice at the beginning of the year, there was a lot less people talking about joining a gym, getting fit, getting healthy. And I'm glad we're all on the same page. I am. There is a reported 67% of gym memberships that go unused. I'm part of that 67%. Okay. I was a member of a gym that shut down for 3 months before I found out. No joke. I was at work trying to talk to this guy and I was trying to sound all fit. And he was like, well, what gym do you go to? And I said, Lacey Ultimate Fitness. He's like, no, you don't. They closed down 3 months ago. I'm like, what? Apparently they closed down because they went bankrupt. But they didn't go bankrupt because of me, because I auto paid them every month on the 1st like clockwork. All right. I did try to go to Planet Fitness at the beginning of the year to join, but apparently I've been a member since 2017. So that didn't quite work out because I'm already there. I'm already a member. Now I tried all kinds of things to lose weight, man. I tried Weight Watchers. That's when there's a point system for the food that you eat. But growing up, I was always told that the highest score wins, so that didn't work for me. Okay. I tried out keto. That's when you eat fat to lose fat, but morally, I couldn't keep doing that because that's fat on fat hate, and my body did not like that negative energy. Okay. I even had weight loss surgery. I had half my stomach removed. Half my stomach's workforce is gone. Okay. Now the remaining half is overworked, underpaid, and that bitch went on strike. All right. But now that the world's a lot more inclusive place, I found something that works for me, something that fits my lifestyle. And it's called the body positive movement. Okay, just confidence. I can eat what I want, when I want. And if anybody has a problem with that, there's an army of thick bitches ready to fuck you up. And I appreciate that. I appreciate it a lot. My husband hates that I talk about my weight because he loves me so much. My husband is the only man I've ever been with physically. Mentally, I like to switch it up every so often. You know, sometimes in bed, he's my husband. Sometimes he's Mark Wahlberg. Sometimes he's that dude that I see at my local Safeway Starbucks. Tonight he might be the bartender at the bar that I went to last night. That guy treated me nice. He asked me what I wanted, got it for me. That's hot. Made me pay, kind of kinky. I like that. I like that a lot. Now, I've been with my husband for 19 years, man. You got to keep things fresh. You got to do fun things. And we do this fun thing. We have passes for celebrities we're allowed to sleep with. My husband's list, very innocent. He has like Charlize Theron, Mariah Carey, Selma Hayek, women that look like me. All right, no. And on my list, though, I got like Mark Wahlberg, Justin Timberlake, and the cast of 300. Yeah, if you've never seen the movie 300, I'm literally talking about 300 dudes, okay? And I'm only going to use one pass that night because I'm hoping it's a big event. Yeah, talking about you got to fantasize, man. I recently met this comedian who said he bought his wife a sex toy so that she could fantasize about him whenever he was over the road and out of town. And I think the biggest fantasy there is that he believes she's thinking about him when she's using that thing. Any men in the room, if your woman has a sex toy, I promise you, it goes by a different name. Okay, my husband's name is Corey, but this right here is Lewis and Clark. All right, Lewis and Clark were the those explorers that discovered the West Coast. Okay, just like them, these two have discovered things no man has ever discovered before. Okay, and the only thing here is that men, if your woman has a sex toy and she calls it something else, don't be mad. Don't be upset. The only time that you should be concerned is if that name never changes. Okay. If your woman's sex toy is always Steve, it's time to look at her Facebook friends list. Okay. Steve is out there. Okay. Steve is going to turn from a fantasy to the future real quick. You need to check that out. Now, I think that's my time. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Oh, Lynette Manning. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure. Appreciate
it.
All right, so let's talk snacks. What do you got?
Right.
Hot food take, overrated, underrated. What do you got?
Hot food take. Okay, my hot food take. So the snacks that I brought today are combos. I don't know if you guys have ever had these, right? Little pretzels filled with stuff. My hot food take is that I believe anything that's stuffed with something is delicious. Okay, I have not come across anything that's stuffed with something that I didn't enjoy. So I'm gonna say, stuffed mushrooms. You got like cannolis. Is that a thing? Yeah. The donuts filled with things. Anything filled, amazing. That is my hot food take.
Now, are you familiar with the sides argument of like what counts as what?
Ooh, what does that mean? What does this mean?
So that eternal debate that always rages, like, is a hot dog a sandwich, or like things like that. And there's a sides debate about this.
Okay.
I'm gonna find the link.
No.
I'm gonna find the link and I'll share it in the chat. But it is, it's like a very detailed like diagram of like things with 0 sides are a soup. Things with like 6 sides are, oh gosh, what is it? I'm gonna mess it up, but I'll find the link and share it before we close out.
Please do.
But I do like your idea of like things stuffed inside. It's just making them better.
Yeah,
it's putting a good thing inside another good thing to make it better.
How could that be bad?
And like I will say, one of the great tragedies of my food life, Kristina alluded to it a bit in her set, is that it's very hard to put things inside of things that are gluten-free because like the bread part doesn't want to hold anything.
Yes.
So like I haven't had a good calzone in like 10 years. Like it's a real problem. So if there are any gluten-free specific scientists watching this show, I will give you Nobel Prize level money to solve that problem. I don't know where I'm going to get it. Support the show. Maybe I'll redirect some of my ice cream money. But like, I need that. It's very important to me. All right. So now to our question of the month. Favorite offbeat or innovative ice cream topping?
Offbeat or innovative ice cream topping. Okay, so I thought about this, and I'm not sure if this necessarily counts because eventually, I mean, it kind of turns the ice cream into a dip, but I'm going to say French fries. I'm going to say French fries. Yeah, you ever take French fries and like put in some ice cream or like a milkshake? Yeah, I'm going to say French fries. I'm going to say that not many people talk about it. That's our closet secret there.
Now, have you taken the like bottom of the container fries and just dump them on top.
I have not done that. That is then a topping. Oh, yeah.
I can't recommend it highly enough, especially a crinkly fry. I'm not sure why,
Yes.
but like, ooh, crinkly fry crumbs on top of ice cream. Stop it.
You got the potato, you got the crispness, you got the salt. Oh, I like it. Yeah.
I asked this question on Instagram earlier this week and someone just said salt. And I was like, you know what? Correct.
Correct. Put the sodium. I'm telling you, when Starbucks came out with that like salted sweet cream cold, I'm like, sodium coffee. Yes. Yes, let's get this done. I love me some sodium.
Yeah, it's for something sweet. It needs it. So it's like a good balancing factor.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
All right. Well, Lynette, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
A pleasure. We got to do this in front of people.
Thank you. I know, right?
Look at us.
Oh my God, look at us. Just out there in the world. I love it.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And before we go, I also do want to let you all know, for those that are in the Pacific Northwest area, that Lynette is going to be performing in the Northwest Women's Festival in Springfield, Oregon this November. So go see her. Go see her in person. She is excellent. You've just seen it. You don't need me telling you. All right, we're going to close our show out with Donna Lewis. Now, Donna, I got to meet doing the Black Women in Comedy Festival in New York. She is hysterical. She was recently seen at that festival and at the Big Pine Comedy Festival in San Diego. So, you know, she's making rounds. And her improv group was accepted into the North Carolina Comedy Festival that's being held in Greensboro, North Carolina in September. So, Donna, how are you?
I'm doing fine. And thank you so much for having me here. I hope we got a lot of viewers so we can get a lot of donations to the organization you mentioned, because we absolutely need that right now.
Really do. We really do. And I'm so excited to have you be a part of it. It's always so much fun to watch you work. And I can't wait for everybody to get to see you. So let me get out of your way. You go for it.
All right. Well, look, I just saw in the news right before the show started that there was a shooting at a comedy club in North Carolina. Craig Robertson was performing, and I'm like, damn, a shooting in a comedy club. Can y'all just go back to slapping the hell out of us? I mean, seriously. I might could fight off a slap, but a bullet, I don't know. Come on, man. Let's just come to the club and have a good time. And I want y'all to treat comedy shows from here and on out. Anybody that's watching, treat it like it's a carnival ride. I want you to keep your feet and hands in the car at all times until the show is over. Thank goodness this is online, because you can't reach out and slap shit. Anyway, Amma was talking about her bout with COVID, as well as the introduction that I was in San Diego. And I was out there for that festival. And I'm telling you what, in California, absolutely nobody is wearing a mask. They're all out there raw facing it, you know? And when I came back to the East Coast after I was out there, I thought I was jet lagged and I had the COVID. Yep. And I'm thinking, well, you know, I get home, I think I'm jet lagged and got a head cold. So I get my little home test, and I tell you what, waiting for that damn home COVID test was like waiting for a damn pregnancy test. The longest 15 damn minutes I ever had to spend. And when I saw those 2 black lines on there, I was like, oh my God, who's the daddy? Just like a pregnancy test. So my first thought is, what do you do after you get a positive COVID test? You got to have a COVID reveal party. Because you got to tell everybody that you came in contact with, right? So just like a baby shower, I'm like, shoot, COVID reveal party, you got to have meatballs and devil eggs and play games. Like, you know, pin the mask on a donkey. Or 6 feet away twister. That's always interesting. And look, one of my favorite drinking games Is it hand sanitizer or is it vodka? That's always fun. San Diego was fun. I mean, what else I do out there? I went to the San Diego Zoo, the world famous San Diego Zoo. What a treat. But I tell you what, I think the day I went, every child under 5 in Southern California was up in there and they was all crying. And I'm like, if y'all don't stop crying with your little ungrateful asses. It was so many kids at the zoo that day. I thought they were going to issue me one with my admission ticket. And it was almost $100 just for me to go by myself. Can you imagine taking a crying child up in there? It tried my patience. We'll just say that. Also, I played a little bit of trivia games when I was out in California. I didn't know that the only Disney princess that had a real job was Tiana in Princess and the Frog, the black one. So in Disney's wildest imagination, he couldn't imagine giving a black woman a break and not have her work. Because the other damn Disney princesses didn't do shit. Let's go down the line, shall we? I mean, Sleeping Beauty, her name in itself suggested that bitch was lazy. Cinderella, you might say that she was working, but she was doing chores for her family for free around the house. And who hadn't had to do something strange to stay somewhere for free, right? And Snow White was a straight up pimp. Because I'm like, what? How in the world do you get 7 men to do anything for you at the same time? Also, I know how she got them dudes all had Napoleon complexes and so low self-esteem. We know how she got over on them. Anyway, the pandemic is still raging. I know y'all act like ain't nothing going on out there, but Omicron out here making her business known. Omicron, I don't know. It's too much out here. I'm not liking it. You know, the jobs is acting like nothing is out here, but my job is trying to get everybody to come back to work. I'm like, man, I've been teleworking for 2 years. It's a lazy employee's dream. I want to tell you what, shortest commute ever. You telling me you want me to give up my 1 minute commute from the bedroom to the kitchen instead of just, as opposed to getting up early, an hour or more before I have to be there, driving and being late any damn way. It don't make any sense. And I heard that the president not too long ago was calling for an end to remote work. And I'm like, mind your business, Joe. Because don't you work from home? From your big old White House? Mind your business. Wonder where your vice president is. Leave us alone. I'm chilling and still getting my work done. Thank you very much. I do not miss my coworkers because some of them is really crazy. I don't miss stuff that's going on at work. I've been at my job for 22 years, and I don't know why they still keep giving me performance appraisals. After 2 years of being home and teleworking, my performance is not going to get no better, and I can guarantee them it's probably going to get worse. Because why are you asking a woman that's 60 years old what her goals are in the next 5 years? I don't have none, except for free. I want to wake up, go to the bathroom unassisted, and avoid funerals. Also, my coworkers are really weird. I mean, I don't know if you've had some of these coworkers at your job, but the one I don't miss in the office is the overzealous religious coworker. The one that's always trying to get you to come to their little raggedy church with their 5 members, Hold My Mule Ministries. And no matter how many times you tell them you don't want to come, you good, they keep insisting. One of these coworkers, and this is based on a true story, waited till her heathen co-workers went home one day, according to her, and went to every telephone, desk, and computer and poured anointing oil all over everything. Yeah. So when the employees came in the next day, their fingers were sliding across the keyboard, their phones was coming out their hands, and their clothes was getting greasy. And they had to haul Sister Mary on down to HR and say, you know what? The next time you want to pull a stunt like this, you're going to meet Jesus down at the unemployment office. Yep. And the job that I telework from, I've been working for the last 22 years at NASA. And it's always a surprise for people. But I like telling people I work for NASA and not Space Force because that sounds stupid. Space Force sounds somewhere like Wile E. Coyote went to work after he graduated from Acme University. I mean, seriously. You know, when you tell people you work at NASA, you get some weird reactions. I got in a fight one time with a flat earther. That was fun. But them people they stupid. I'm sorry. There was this guy out here that was he called himself a self-taught rocket scientist. And he did test flights in the Arizona desert to prove that the earth was flat. And like I said, he called himself a self-taught rocket scientist, which is something we never say at NASA. But he took his little plane up with his homemade parachute and launched it off what I could best describe as a modified step ladder. Well, his parachute got stuck on the step ladder. And when he got to a certain altitude, the parachute got stuck, tangled or whatever, and his little plane just nosedived into the Arizona desert, right? And I'm like, who's flat now? And you know what? I think his funeral was, his coffin was a daggone Tupperware container. The pallbearers brought him in like this. Stay in your lane. Let me see what else been going on in life. I have a very interesting thing to tell you before I end. I recently got a Facebook friend request from my ex-husband's current and third wife. Isn't that interesting? And I'm like, why would you send me a friend request? I thought that was odd. We're not friends. We're not really friends. I mean, we're kind of like accomplices in a really bad crime. The crime of marrying the same man. And I don't know what are you going to be friends about? You going to slide in my DMs so we can compare notes? No, baby. We going to leave that alone. But just know that, you made it clear that we weren't friendly some time ago. So, just let's leave it right there. You won. You got the man. Yay. Yay. But just know, being the third wife, you're getting the first wife's sloppy thirds and my sloppy seconds. So enjoy that. Enjoy that. But just know, I don't know. Just know I'm not accepting your friend request. And we're going to be all good. What else been going on during the pandemic? I mean, and you know what? I thought getting a Facebook friend request or an invite to a polyamory group was the strangest request I got on Facebook. Because I do not know who sent me this Facebook friend request to a polyamory group. Because I don't know what told him that a 61-year-old woman wanted to fuck everybody. I can hardly handle the occasional sex that I get right now. Because sex after 60 is a hazard. It really is. It should be listed right up there with falls and trips. I need a life alert for when I have sex. I mean, I think sex after 60 ought to be an event in the Senior Olympics. Because if you can get through the act without breaking a hip, you ought to get a gold medal. But just to let you know, I do my mess. Sometimes I come in with silver and bronze. Anyway, that's all my time. I want to thank y'all so much for having me, Amma. And let's give it up for Comedy Hub and our show today.
Oh, man, Donna, every time. Just, I laugh so hard. Always a pleasure. Just, oh my goodness. All right. Let's talk snacks.
Yes.
What have you got for us?
I love popcorn. I love popcorn. Okay. I love popcorn. I'm a little older than the rest of y'all, so I have been eating popcorn since they was making Jiffy Pop. You know, you shake it on the stove and it looked like a shower cap, a silver shower cap.
Yes.
That's if it expands.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've burnt up plenty packages of Jiffy Pop. But I've learned how to cook with kernels in the microwave, so I've updated. Or this will work.
Mm-hmm. It gets the job done. I love it. All right. So, actually, before I do our question of the month, I did want to bring back, I found the link for the sides to a food. It is called the cube rule.
What the world?
So, basically, there's a conversation about, like, for example, our hot dog sandwiches, our tacos, hot dogs. What are the rules? And the cube rule is the most elegant solution to this I've ever seen. So I will briefly summarize it. So the cube rule for identifying dishes based on the locations of their foundational starch. Okay?
What the hell?
So if it has one starch on the bottom, that's a toast. It doesn't matter what it is, it's a toast. If it has two, it's a sandwich. Doesn't matter what it is, it's a sandwich.
Okay.
3, so 2 sides and a bottom, that's a taco. Doesn't matter what it is, it's a taco. So by this rule, hot dogs are tacos. If it has 4, so surrounded by 4 open ends, that's a sushi. If it has 5, that is a super salad with a bread bowl. And if it is all the way enclosed, it's a calzone.
Well, you know what? People have put too much goddamn thought into this because when it all goes in your stomach don't give a fuck.
It doesn't. It doesn't. And yet this has, well, I thought it was solving a debate. I put it in Slack at work. This was then like another hour and a half of like, what about this food? What about this food? And I was like, guys, I didn't make the rules. I am sharing the rules with you. So the cube rule, check it out. It will answer most of your questions and inspire a great many more. But so the question that matters, favorite offbeat or innovative ice cream topping?
I don't know how innovative it is, but I like wet walnuts because who don't like their nuts wet?
Hell yeah. Wet nuts. Wet nuts. I love it. And that's the beauty of being on Twitch versus YouTube. Like YouTube would be like, this is adult. Twitch doesn't care. We can talk about wet nuts. Hell yeah.
Well, I have a second alternative topic because check this out. I'm lactose intolerant as fuck. So my alternative ice cream topping would probably be Pepto-Bismol.
Hell yeah. Yep. I mean, it's pink. It's got the, do I have any? I do. It's got that consistency. I'm not getting through a bowl of ice cream without, a bathroom trip. So I need some help. I love ice cream, especially Breyer's butter almond if you can find it. But child, I have to eat it on an empty stomach. I can't eat it after I had a meal. Yeah, because it's all gonna make a debut in a porcelain. God. Fantastic. Well, Donna, thank you so much for being here. Always so lovely to see you. Thank you, ma'am. Feel free to keep following her and her improv group as they move across the country this fall. And I hope I get to see you again soon too. Yes, Lemon Pepper. I'm sleepy. Lemon Pepper and Sasson Comedy. We're on Instagram as well. Fantastic. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you. All right. Well, that is the end of our first show. I hope everybody had a blast. I had a blast bringing these comedians to you. And I love that we are, by my count, able to give about $60 to the National Network of Abortion Funds. So I love that number. And if you want to add to it, you can donate at abortionfunds.org. Make sure that they have the money to do the essential work that they're doing all over the country. And tune in for our next show, Sunday, August 21st at 5 p.m. Eastern. It is my birthday show. So we're going to have a guest host so I can do some time. My friend Steph Dalwin's going to be hosting. And we'll have Sam Evans, Danielle Perez, and Bethany Van Duff. This is a big one. I picked some of my favorite comedians and said, do you want to come to my birthday party? So we're going to have a great show. I hope you'll join us back then. And in the meantime, have a great, great day and find a great, great snack to go with it. So thanks, everybody. We will see you soon.